Toastmasters Club operates with a mission to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to improve their communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Since it's a hybrid meeting, I would like to put down few ground rules so that we can have a seamless meeting. And the ground rules include keeping our mobile phones on silent and keeping our mics on mute, as in when you don't have to speak. And please refrain yourself from talking about sex, religion, and politics. And to take the session further, I would like to welcome our presiding officer for today's meeting, Toastmaster Sean. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sridhar. Good morning, Toastmasters and the guests. Such a bright and beautiful day, and so very hot. I like to invite you, to welcome you all for the 253 meeting of the Bright Beginning Toastmasters Club. I see some beautiful faces here today. We have three guests here today. To be Toastmaster Yukta, to be Toastmaster Sam, and to be Toastmaster Sridharan. Some of you are already Toastmaster with different club, but happy to have you here as guests today for the meeting. So I would like to invite you one by one to come and introduce yourself and speak something about yourself that we don't know. So let's start with to be Toastmaster Yukta. To come and introduce yourself. Hello? Am I audible, guys?
Hi, Toastmaster, are you there? Toastmaster Sam, if you can say something, I don't think you're audible.
We can move to the offline audience.
Okay, let's move to Toastmaster Sridhar.
So I would like to invite Toastmaster Sridharan to come and introduce himself.
Thank you, Toastmaster. So I've been part of Toastmasters for over 4 years now. I started off with Toastmasters since COVID and mostly virtual. So I was initially part of Siemens Tales and Tellers Club. I was there for nearly 2 years plus. And then I moved out of Siemens, and then now I'm part of Online Speakers Toastmasters Club for over a year. The sessions happen on Sunday. The idea was for me to get a little feeler of the offline sessions as well. And I knew Toastmaster Shaunak. We met in one of the, I think, oration,
Yeah.
right? And that time we were discussing that probably for offline I can join in here, and I got to know about this hybrid meeting, and coincidentally it's happening in the same society that we both live in, and that's one good reason for me to be a part of the club here, and that's how I'm here. I work for a healthcare company named Fresenius Medical Care. I look after their Asia Pacific marketing, and I've been in Gurgaon for almost 10 plus years. I'm a fitness enthusiast. Other than that, I do a little bit of running, cycling, swimming, and a little bit weight. So that's about me. You can address me as Shri in general, or Sridhar is my full name. Sridhar Bhaskaran is my full name. So that's about me, guys. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sridharan. So when Shri said that bit of a cycling and swimming, so what he meant is triathlon. So he is into fitness enthusiast to till that level. So I believe our online guests are in a mute mode and they're not able to hear me. So we'll take them up.
They're able to hear you.
Okay. So
We can try once again. Toastmaster Yukta, can you hear us?
Can you hear us? Hello? Toastmaster Sam or Yukta, can you hear me?
All right, I think they're like camera share right now. See, we also have Toastmaster Ved and Toastmaster Nancy joining. So Toastmaster Aryan or Toastmaster Shani, we want to allocate roles. So Toastmaster Ved, do you want to play the evaluator role? Speech evaluator?
Hello. Yeah, hi, Anshuman. So I don't think I will be fully available for the whole meeting, but I
Got it.
think I can. Uh,
That's fine. That's fine. Please take your time
on
to ease into the Pride Weekend. I think
sure.
after your Dream 11 stint, now after IPL final, you'll be fully available. Tosma Nancy,
Yeah.
are you interested in any?
In the meantime, let's figure it out. Toastmaster Aryan will circulate the changes online. Okay. Like everyone has a motivation or a goal in life. As part of Toastmasters, we also have a vision, a mission where we want to educate, we want to enable people to fight their inner fear of public speaking. We want to invite people to come onto the stage and speak their heart out to get away with the fear of public speaking. Not only that, we want people to excel in their life through effective communication. To get away the fear of public speaking, they can come and speak anywhere on any topic at any given point of time. And not only that, they should be emphasized to enable themselves to that level where they can effectively communicate their ideas that can translate into business or into their personal commitments or things where they can effectively communicate with each other. And that's a problem I believe a lot of people have today where they don't come and express themselves. So let's get together for this common cause. Let's speak our heart out. Our today's theme is very interesting, which our Toastmaster of the day today, Toastmaster Aryan, will cover. And the name of the theme is Two Districts. Now, I would like our Toastmaster of the day today, Toastmaster Aryan, to come and explain his role and talk more about today's theme. Toastmaster Aryan.
Hope I am audible and visible. So today's theme is about something different. In the last 2 weeks, we had the oration, the district conference of District 41. Shaunak was there, Anshuman was there. Many of the club members that are here in this meeting were there. And it was so interesting to me because of what we learned. Toastmasters is about our journey of becoming leaders, of becoming better speakers. And that is where you find the pinnacle of that journey. People who've been Toastmasters for 5 years, 10 years, distinguished Toastmasters, area directors, division directors, district directors, they're all over there. And that's where you get to learn where they have reached through years of hard work. So just because I liked District 41 oration so much, I found another district conference in Jaipur. District 98 was having their conference, Eloquence, and so I ended up attending that too. And throughout these two district conferences, I've learned a lot. And so the theme of this meeting is two districts, lessons from going to two districts, meeting people from two different districts, and having so much insight. That's what we're going to cover today. But first, I want to cover the meeting structure that we follow in every Toastmasters meeting. So for those of us who are new, we have three phases to any Toastmasters meeting. First is the prepared speeches section, where two people give speeches for 5 to 7 minutes and they are evaluated by their dedicated evaluators. The second part is the table topic section, the impromptu speaking section, where we are given a topic and we have 1 to 2 minutes to speak about it. And the third section is evaluation, where both the prepared speeches and the table topics are evaluated. And the leader of the evaluation section is our general evaluator. And with that, I would like to call him on stage, Toastmaster Shaunak.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster.
Good question. Nancy will be your language evaluator, our counter intermediate.
Toastmaster Bob is the language evaluator.
Sorry, yeah, Bob is the language evaluator.
Or should we split roles? Toastmaster Nancy, do you want to take up the R counter?
Okay, the timings you are saying?
R counter, R counter.
I don't know what is that.
Okay,
Okay,
have you
what
time
is
yet, Toastmaster Nancy?
Yeah, then
Have you been timer before?
no.
Which one would you like to take?
Timer would be fine.
Great.
No, but if you don't like, we don't have time to like just guide on how to time, right? Which role have you taken Toastmasters 9C before?
Not yet. Not any.
None of the roles.
No.
Okay. Okay. All right. So okay. Um.
That's
Basically,
okay. If we
I'll
are
give you.
settled, we can continue.
No, we should sync up after the meeting, like
Yeah,
whenever.
yeah, I will sync up with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So today maybe you can just party. So
Right.
Toastmasters Bob, you can take up their lead. Language evaluators, Bob.
And timer is with us, Toastmasters 3 also.
Sounds good.
You're taking timer.
But how do I show the timer?
You can use your phone.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Aryan. As a general evaluator, I will be responsible to evaluate what happened throughout the meeting, what happened good, and where we need the improvement areas. To support me in this entire process, I have a team here, which will be supported by Toastmaster Sridharan and to Toastmaster Bob. I would like to invite to Toastmaster Sridharan to come and explain his role as a timer.
Okay. Q. All right, so thank you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Shamik. So as timer of today's meeting, I'll ensure that I keep a record of all the timings and the session happens within the planned time frame. And from for a prepared speech, if it's not an icebreaker speech, we usually have 5 to 7 minutes. 5 minutes, the speech becomes qualified, and I'll be showing a green card, and at 6 minutes. I'll be showing a yellow card, and at 7 minutes, I'll be showing it from my phone. So the color may not be visible, but you'll get to see the timing. And at 7 minutes, it becomes red, and you'll get 30 seconds grace period for completing the speech. And in case of table topic sections, so the speech becomes qualified once it crosses a minute. And green card at 1 minute, 1 minute, 30 seconds, yellow card, and red card at 2 minutes with 30 seconds grace period. For the speech evaluation, minimum time is 2 minutes, and you will get to speak up to 3 minutes and with 30 seconds grace period. So that's from my side, and I'll submit my report towards the end, along with the general evaluator's report. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sridharan, for effectively explaining your role. Now, I would like to invite Toastmaster Bob to come and explain his role as a general evaluator. Toastmaster Bob.
Wait, I'm the general evaluator now?
Language evaluator.
Language evaluator.
Oh, okay. So thank you, Master Shaunak. So as the language evaluator, it will be my responsibility to listen to all the speakers, take note of the kind of language they are using, the grammatical errors, good uses of words that they are using in their speeches and when they're interacting throughout the meeting. Also, I will be looking at pauses, listening to filler words and crutch words that we tend to use when we are giving a speech or when we're talking in front of a crowd. So that will be my primary responsibility, and I will be presenting my report at the end of the meeting when called upon by the general evaluator. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster Chaunak.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Bob. With that, I hand over the stage back to our Toastmaster of the day today, Toastmaster Aryan.
With that, we can move on to the first part of the meeting, the prepared speeches section. I'll come back to my Toastmasters theme later on. But first, let's move on to the first speech, Toastmaster Anshuman. Anshuman, what is the speech title?
Corporate life.
Corporate life. Okay. Seems like having a baby has really changed your speech themes these days, huh? Anyway, okay. Toastmaster Anshuman, corporate life. Corporate life, Toastmaster Anshuman.
I looked online, there was a vacancy, I applied for it, and I got a job. Said none. When I first got the hint of corporate life, I did not even know what corporate life means all about. I was preparing for my MBA examinations, CAT examinations in India, and I was looking for opportunities to practice group discussion and interviews. And there I saw an opportunity. There was a coaching institute, a pretty famous coaching institute, which asked for a business development executive along with unlimited group discussion and interviews practice. And I was a fresh graduate with no experience at all. I was like, this sounds like a golden opportunity. Free of cost, unlimited group discussions and interviews, along with being a business development executive. I didn't even know what that meant. First day into the job, I was introduced to the world of sales and marketing. I still remember my erstwhile manager just put his hand around my shoulders and said, Anshuman, come, let's grab a cup of tea. We went outside, had a cup of tea, and that was my first introduction to what corporate life is. Grabbing a lot of chais and coffees between work and exchanging notes and doing some work that is required. My first job did not have any weekends free. I was working on Saturday, Sunday. I was not allowed to even venture outside my workplace even for 15 minutes. My friends used to come. I used to work in the heart of Delhi, Connaught Place, and they was like, "Can we hang out for 15 minutes?" And I wasn't even allowed to. But I did not regret because my peers, my seniors, all were pretty supportive. It was a fun, amazing environment. I did get my share of group discussions and interviews, unlimited, got exposure to a lot of folks I did not know prior to, and they made great friends over a long period of time. I did my MBA, got through a multinational company, one of the biggest ones across the globe, and I'm there for 12 years now. Completely opposite culture, free weekends, free weekdays, a lot of free weekdays, and a lot of smart work, hanging around among smartest of the peers. And I learned a few tricks up the sleeve of what corporate life means all about. First of all, to be a great corporate person, you require to be a person who adds tremendous value. So you should, it does not require you to be sitting 12 hours in a day, sitting on a laptop with 27 tabs open, grabbing 5 cups of coffee and delivering something just for the sake of it. First of all, you have to work to define your goals. That what are the key projects you're picking up, what are your goals, and is it even adding value to your manager, to your leader? Till that's not clear, even if you work 24 into 7, you won't be able to be successful. So defining the top priorities, the biggest goals, then the second part which is important is saying no. Corporate will ask you for unlimited deliverables. There won't be any time when corporate will say stop working. It's upon the individual, it's upon the employee to say no, to put up a boundary that these are my top priorities. This is what I'm going to work upon. Rest of it, I require my work life balance. I'm going to say no. And third, it's about building connections, building networks proactively. When you need a person to help you out, if you approach that person at that point of time, it's already too late. It's important to build connections and networks beforehand, meet them over a cup of coffee. If they're not in your region, connect over a Zoom call and introduce yourselves, ask about the other person. And when the need arises and then you approach that person will be more active to help you out. So these are the key tenets of a corporate life, that one is purposeful, draws the boundary, has networks who can help one out over a long period of time. And this is what I learned from the School of Hard Knocks. Have you ever felt in your company that you're just working incessantly and not being rewarded for in the right fashion? Maybe might not request you to raise your hand right now because this is YouTube live. But just in case you are, that is the bonus tip. Your presence in corporate life is in your hands. If you don't blow your own bugle, nobody, at times, not even your manager, is going to do for you. The mails going out from your side, you nominating yourself for the awards, you going out there and just presenting yourself that I have done this. This is what I led. This is what I did. Till that I does not come into play, pretty sure that you're going to be that selfless warrior who may not be rewarded over a period of time, and you are in that sacrificial mode which eventually leads to burnout. So if you have to succeed in corporate life, sharing just a bit of nuggets if it resonates with you, please do select your goals which are important for you, draw the boundaries, put in your all to achieve those goals, but say no and free up your bandwidth when you're not pursuing those goals. Connect, network with the right people who can eventually help you out. Initially, connect not with the intent to take help, but provide help. And last but not the least, a bonus tip. What's the bonus tip? That you have to blow your own bugle. You have to be out there presenting yourself that I have done this because I deserve it, because I have done the hard work to be out there. So hopefully over a long period of time corporate optimizes to make the life of an employee the best it can be, thanks to maybe artificial intelligence. But for now, with these tips, I hope you have an amazing, beautiful, thriving corporate life. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Aryan.
Okay, that was an incredible speech for an impromptu prepared speech. I am not going to be able to top that. Thankfully, I just prepped a speech, another speech this morning that I have ready. It's not long, it's like 5 minutes long, but I can give that. So, can you give me the stage shows, Master Sonak? Sure. Speech title is too far.
Now let's invite our second speaker of the day today, Toastmaster Arden. And the title of the speech is
Too far.
Too Far. I'm sure it's going to be as interesting as Toastmaster Aryan is. And after hearing to Toastmaster Anshuman, I'm very much excited to hear this another one. Over to you, Toastmaster Aryan.
Too far.
The title of the speech is Too Far. Toastmaster Aryan, Too Far, Too Far, Toastmaster Aryan.
In all of our lives, I think we feel at one point or another that we don't know where to go. We don't know where to be, and we don't know who we want to be. And I think that we have all been there. I was right there just a few months back. I was sitting in college around all of my classmates, and I tried to speak to them, tried to tell them about my life before college, my life at school, my friends at school, and whatever came to my mind. But still, I couldn't relate with them. I couldn't speak to them, connect with them, or associate with them at all. I didn't know how I could make friends at college. This was my biggest nightmare. Going to college and then not having any friends. Didn't help that all of my school friends had gone to colleges in UK and Canada and US, and here I was, still in Gurgaon. So one day, I go back to them and I try to do something different. I try to speak just like them. I try to talk about the gossip going on at college, the goons that keep fighting at college every day, or something that they would talk about. I try to change myself to try and fit in with them. But as I went home that evening, I realized that I felt more disconnected that day than I had ever before. I didn't know how to connect with them. And in trying to connect with them, I pushed myself too far. But eventually, I learned that I didn't have to fit in. I ended up getting a job, a small internship at a small agency. I would be given all the menial tasks of the company, but I was ambitious. I was ready to climb up the hierarchy and reach high in the company. It turned out that my boss was the worst boss, the lazy boss, the unreliable boss, the boss that blames all the mistakes on you but takes all the credit for himself. Have you ever had that kind of a boss? But I wasn't going to give up that easy. I went to my boss's boss to tell him the truth. All the campaigns are filled with mistakes. Only I know how to correct those mistakes. And you have no idea how horribly this part of the business is being run. Let me just show you. That is how bad my boss is. Let me replace him. On that day, my ambition pushed me too far. Before, I had been unclear how I should deal with the situation. How do you deal with a problematic situation in your workplace? We've all been in those situations where you don't know where to go, where you don't know who you want to be. But only when you go too far, when you go too far in trying to fit in, when you go too far in trying to be ambitious, that you learn who you should be. Until you push yourself too far ahead, you can't find yourself in a situation of peace. You can't know that this is my balance. This is exactly where I want to be. And so I want to call all of you to go too far. If you don't know where to go, if you don't know where you should be, then go too far and don't be afraid to take one step back. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Arlen, for such a wonderful speech. And that too on an impromptu basis. So that's really incredible, both for Toastmaster Anshuman as well as Toastmaster Arlen. Now, I would like to hand over the stage back to Toastmaster Arlen to take who is the Toastmaster of the day today. Over to you, Toastmaster Arlen.
All right. So let me tell you about one of my most interesting stories in District 98 Conference Eloquence. I met, I even forgot his name, Mark Brown. Does anybody here know Mark Brown? Mark Brown is the 1995 world champion, from world champion of public speaking. His speech was a second chance, and it was an incredibly impactful speech. He gave a very interesting keynote where he called different audience members on the stage, and live he changed their speech, giving them feedback on the stage. He told me a story about the 2014 world champion. Does anybody know the 2014 world champion? I see something, Dhananjay Hetirachi. He has a rose, he plucks it apart, he pulls it out of a trash can. Anybody? Wherever I've gone, whoever I've asked, that is the one name that has popped up. Dhananjay Hetirachi. It is a must-see speech for anybody who has not seen it. And the story that he told me is that when the 2014 World Championship happened, before the results were declared, everybody already knew who the world champion would be. Having seen 8 different world level speeches, they already knew who the winner was. The audience already knew it in their heart because of the impact that it had on them. And the reason that that inspires me is because 35,000 people competed in the contest in 2014. 8 people were found from all over the world, 8 world level speakers. And one speaker out of them was so good that nobody had a doubt that he would win. That is how easy it can be, even to win the world champion. if you just put your work into it. If you work hard enough on your speech, then everybody will be impacted so strongly that they would know that you are the winner already. That is one lesson that I want to give to all of you that I still carry from the District 98 conference. With all of my Toastmaster friends, my speech writing friends, we still discuss the Ranjay speech. Whenever a friend of mine is about to give a speech and she's going for a contest, I tell her, I see something in you, but I don't know what it is. That is the tagline from the Ranjay speech. Anyway, with that, I would like to move on to the table topics section of our meeting. The second section, where we have impromptu topics for everybody in the audience. Our table topic master of the day is Toastmaster Anshuman, who is our also lovely speaker of the day. Anyway, over to you, table topic master, Toastmaster Anshuman.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Aryan, and a wonderful impromptu speech. Fantastic. We had two speeches today as promised. So now we'll have the impromptu speaking section where hopefully all of us will get to speak for 1 to 2 minutes. I'd like to start with an experienced Toastmaster, and who better than Toastmaster Shri to kickstart the proceedings. So if you're okay, Toastmaster Shri, will you like to take up the first table topic for the morning?
All right, Toastmasters, I'll give it a try.
We can't hear you, Toastmaster Anshuman. And yeah.
All right.
Yes, we couldn't hear your topic.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
So we'll keep diverse topics today because the theme is generic. So, Toastmaster Shri, if animals could talk, which species would be the rudest and why? If animals could talk, which species would be the rudest and why? Toastmaster Shri.
Okay, if animals could talk, which could be the rudest and why? Thank you, Toastmaster Anshuman. I hope you're taking care of the timing. All right, so I'm not a big fan of being with animals so much, but of course, few pet dogs that that I have engaged. So out of them, I think if I can say. Bulldogs could be the rudest of all, maybe because it could probably be the impression that I may carry from the childhood Tom and Jerry, wherein we see the bulldog, chasing Tom, or it could be the experience that I had, wherein someone in someone's home, in a friend's home, wherein the bulldog pounced on me once. Probably that's the impression that I think I am able to gather in the short time. But I think out of if I will have to talk about rest of the animals in general, I think there are a lot of these pet dogs like the golden and Labrador. So these are some of the lovely ones that I love spending time with. But angry ones, I think that I would refrain from would be the bulldog category. Thank you, Toastmaster Anshuman.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Shri. What I've observed, like I gave a different animal topic in another meeting. For some reason, we tend to visualize dogs by default when we talk about animals. So that topic was um, like if animals could talk, what would they talk about? And I think the person talked about loyalty and empathy, and I was like, "Are you talking about tiger and lion?" Because tigers and lions won't be empathetic and loyal. So it's I think by default we imagine say dogs, cats, but the topic was animals. But I think you classified, narrowed it down to dogs and then bulldogs. So great attempt there. Thank you. All right, we have Toastmaster Ved and Toastmaster Nancy. So who'd like to go first? Oh, both won't like to go first. Okay. All right. What comes first, N or V? N. Okay, Toastmaster and Nancy.
Yeah,
it's
that's
you
fine.
because like similar to school, maybe because of the name. But anyhow, all right. So Toastmaster Nancy, you have won a lifetime supply of one item. What is it and how will it change your life? You have won a lifetime supply of one item. What is it and how will it change your life? Toastmaster Nancy.
Supply of item. Not item, I would say. Unlimited supply of money would be better, I would say. And with I mean, if I would have unlimited supply of money, I would be able to buy anything, and that would not limit me. I mean, just give me a minute. Yeah. So that would be the, that would be the best item, I would say, I can ever achieved. So I mean, whatever I can think of, I can buy. Although happiness does not come from money, but the point is we can buy anything from that. So I feel that one item which I feel that should come to me should be money. Yeah, so that's all.
Definitely Toastmaster Nancy. If I had to also choose any day, it's money. Because money will get us the rest of the item. So pretty clever thought. Thank you for sharing. All right. We'll go one offline, one online. So offline, do we have a guest, Toastmaster?
Let's take online only first, then we'll switch to offline, okay?
Okay, all right. So Toastmaster Ved, it is you then. All right.
Yes.
What do we have for Toastmaster Ved, who's again warming up after a long while?
Yes.
So Toastmaster Ved, if your life was a TV serial, what would it be called and what would be its content? If your life was a TV serial, what would be it called and what will be its content? Toastmaster Ved.
If my life would be a TV serial, what would I name it and what would be the content? If my life would be a TV serial, then I would show the whole journey of my life, starting from the school and uh, just the fun aspects of school life. How did I learn something? How did I resist myself not go to school? I still remember many random memories of my school life when I was hesitating, not even hesitating. I used to hide in nearby houses, and then people, then a teacher would send someone to bring back me to the school. One incident I fondly remember is that there were two students, the teacher who sent them to bring me back, and they both of them had picked me, one from one the legs and the hands, so just they carrying me to the school. That's the one incident that I remember. And then I majority of the time I spent in my boarding school. The how's the life of boarding school, that would be the content I would want to show. So it had all the elements of, fight, survival, living in just like just behind those walls. It's just like a prison kind of. In those days we used to relate it. So these memories I would want to show. And then how did I graduated towards colleges and landed up jobs. So it will be fun, it will be the normal life of a person, so that I would want to show. And by showing that as a TV serial, a lot of people would relate. could relate it to a lot of people. It could get inspired from. A lot of people could take some lessons, and those were the things that I would be happy to make it as a serial. And that's it for my talk. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Ved. That definitely will make up an exciting TV serial, which I'd love to watch. So thank you for sharing that insight. All right. Who do we have next? Toastmaster Aryan, do we have someone as guest offline?
Toastmaster Yukta and Toastmaster Sam, Toastmaster to be Sam.
So, only online, right? Anyone offline?
We have three people offline. Let's move to online first.
Okay, okay. So we have Toastmaster Bob, Toastmaster Yukta. Right. So Yukta has raised her hand, so I'll go with her first. Toastmaster Yukta, are you ready for your table topic?
Yeah.
All right. Will it be possible to open up your video? All right. The Toastmaster Yukta, if you could swap your life with any fictional character for a day, who would it be? Who would it be, and why? If you could swap up your life with a fictional character for one day, who would it be and why? Toastmaster Yukta.
Okay. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Anshuman, for giving me this topic. If I could swap my life for one day, it could be my manager, because I really want to sit and relax and see all the responsibilities which are handed over to him, and I want to give orders to my juniors to see the reactions and how much the frustration the all the employees are going through. So I want to experience that thing. Also, he's the manager, so he has the right to do everything, like to come late or go early and do whatever he wants to do basically. And he is not under the pressure of something. Yeah, some days it is, but most of the times he's in a chill mode. So I want to experience those things, and even experience the responsibilities which are handed over to him. So both aspects, positive as well as negative. Yeah, that's it. Thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster Anjuma.
Amazing. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for sharing, Toastmaster Yukta. All right. So we have now Toastmaster Bob going next. Toastmaster Bob, invent a new holiday and explain how people will celebrate it. Invent a new holiday and explain how people will celebrate it, Toastmaster Bob.
Oh, that's a really easy one. The new holiday is going to be Bob the Builder's Day. And they're going to be celebrating it by building stuff. What kind of stuff? Anything that honors Bob. So it could be the Bob the Builder cartoon series. It could be Bobby Devil stuff. It could be anything related to Bob or anything that kind of like in that periphery. Why? I love myself. I love my name. I want it to be popular. I want it to live after I'm dead. For people to remember that yes, once there was Bob, the builder, the Toastmaster, the ex-Toastmaster, who attended so many meetings. I once done 6 meetings in a week. I completed one level in 4 days. That's how I got my triple crown. So yes, so the day that a new holiday would be Bob's Day, it will be celebrated by honoring everything to do with Bob. And we will all enjoy, we will have fun, we will party, we will dance, and we'll make merry. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster Anshuman.
Definitely Toastmaster Bob. What a way to make yourself immortal by getting a triple crown, literally a triple crown, and then like naming one holiday after anyhow a pseudonym that you have. I didn't know that you're inspired by Bob the Builder because that's how you call. Is that the case? You call yourself Bob because you like Bob the Builder a lot?
No, actually, when I was in high school, I had these like really not very long hair, but I was like something
Okay.
similar to Bobby Deol, and he
Okay.
was just about getting off, like becoming a big star. And the girls in my class just went crazy with that, and they were like, "Okay, you're Bob."
Wow. Okay. Good to know that backstory. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. All right. Who do we have left? Sam, do you want to take up a table topic? Are you there, Sam? Don't think so. Oh, you're there. Can you hear us? We can't hear you actually. All right. We should move forward then. Over to you, Toastmaster Aryan, to take forward the proceedings.
Okay, let's have some people offline as well. If you can give a topic to Toastmaster Sonak also.
Right, right. Okay. Yes, I think you and Shaunak were. I thought like you already had your bucket full of table topics. But yes, Toastmaster Shaunak, if you like to take up a table topic, I'm more than glad to give you one. Toastmaster Shaunak, explain your morning routine as if you were a world class spy. Explain your morning routine as if you were a world class spy. Toastmaster Shaunak.
I'm a big fan of James Bond movies. And the way he performs in the movies and the way, his character is portrayed, that inspires me a lot. So if I were a spy, you could imagine from James Bond movies how my mornings would be, where I will have the best of the gadgets around me, whereas effectively all those gadgets were doing all the stuff without me getting involved into it. I would be having a very extraordinary toothbrush that could be even popped out from a pencil or from a pen, or it could be from any other thing. You would have not even think about it. Even I can't think about it. Or my wardrobe could be full of fancy dinner jackets, or must be at a very extraordinary place where I will be living in a lavish mansion or in a five-star suite where my every morning will be like that. That today I'm in Marriott, tomorrow I'll be in Taj, the day after I'll be in some other place, or maybe I'll be in between a desert some morning, or could be in the middle of the ocean the next day. So that's how I can anticipate my mornings would be if I were a spy. Thank you.
Beautiful. Who doesn't want to be a world class spy, right? Definitely. Thank you. Thank you, Tosma Shaunak. Tosma Aryan, are you open for a table topic?
I could take a table topic also, or we can move on to the evaluation as well. 11:33.
Like since we're doing it, let's do it, right? Hmm.
I'll take a topic.
Let's try to speak and do as much as we can.
So you're stranded on a desert island with only three random objects. What are they and how do you survive? You're stranded on a desert island with three objects. What are they and how will you survive? Toastmaster Aryan.
I am stranded on a desert with three random objects. What are they and how would I survive? When you first gave me that topic, I did not think about survival at all. The three objects I wanted was my laptop, a Wi-Fi dongle, and chessboard. But the thing about survival, if you ask me that, then what would I have? I would want a book. How to survive if you are stranded on an island. That would be my first choice. My second object would be probably Udly. If anybody knows Udly from Toastmasters, I have an counter by my side, a grammarian, and I'll be able to practice my speeches without anybody to disturb me. It will be complete silence. And the third would be a yet to be invented object, something that can help me speak with animals so that I can find out which one is the rudest. I would speak to the animals, have fun with them, and I would build myself a wooden tree house that I can live in through my book, which I will be using as my guide. And that is how I will survive at that stranded island. Anyway, that would be my strategy. What would be yours, Toastmaster Anshuman?
Thanks out to my Aryan. Maybe I'll just require water, a car to get a car, or that buggy to get out of the desert, right?
How does you?
What will you eat? Where will you charge your mobile phone?
Charge the mobile. Anyhow, before it digresses further, what do you Toastmasters Aryan to take it away?
All right. By the way, when you gave Shaunak his topic, I thought it was a world-class pie. P-I-E pie.
It could have been a pie also. Next time it'll be a pie.
But it was a spy, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it was a pie.
Pie. Okay.
Right.
Oh, moving on to the next section. When I went to District 98, they had two extra contests, a humorous contest and an evaluation speech contest. Have you ever been to an evaluation contest? Toastmaster Shaunak?
Sorry.
Have you ever been to an evaluation speech contest? Do you know how it works? Basically, there's a test speaker. So the test speaker comes on stage and they give a speech. The speech is orchestrated by the contest officials. And then you have 8 evaluators that are ready, that are contestants. So all 8 of them come on stage. They have 3 minutes to deliver their evaluation. And their evaluation is judged based on analytical quality, recommendations, understanding. And that's how they are gauged according to how good of an evaluator they are. So the person who came first in the evaluation contest was a close friend of mine. And she told me about the tips that can make you a great evaluator. That's what I want to tell you about before we move on to the evaluation part of the meeting. So the evaluation is about showing the speaker what was great about their speech and what was not so great about their speech. On the nose about it. If you are too honest about it, then they won't be able to take the evaluation in the first place. Like imagine if a world champion speaker was to come here today and deliver an evaluation on my impromptu speech. They would say the words were wrong, the sentences were wrong, the stories were wrong, the message was wrong. That's so high. They would give me an evaluation filled with representations of everything that was wrong with my speech. And nothing would be good enough in my speech. But what is important in an evaluation, which so many of us miss, is that first you have to reinforce the speaker for the challenge that they have taken up, for how they have stepped outside of their comfort zone. And so it's very important for you to first reinforce the speaker. When I give my evaluation, hopefully I'll be able to show you what I have learned, which is that first you begin with something that really reinforces the speaker. Toastmaster Shaunak went so out of his way and he was not afraid to be vulnerable. That associated the full crowd and helped them connect with him. He talked about how he has had so much trouble in his life, going into corporate life, going into married life, and how sometimes life can be so hard. Talking about what was great about the speech and actually feeling in your evaluation that it was such a great speech and feeling the good parts of the speech completely is what can make you a great evaluator. The important part of evaluation is first you connect with the speaker by telling them what is great about their speech. I absolutely loved your vocal variety. I loved the story you had created, the message you had come to after so much thought. And only then you can begin to give recommendations. For every two recommendations, you need at least two appreciations of what they did incredibly. And only when you press on what they did so well, can you slightly touch on what they could improve on. With that, I'd like to move on to the evaluation phase of our meeting and call upon stage our general evaluator, Toastmaster Sean.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Harin. As the general evaluator of the day today, I would like to first call upon our timer today, Toastmaster Sridharan, to come and share this fabulous report.
All right. Thank you. Yes, Master Sharma. Before I start the timing report, I would like to reinforce the message Toastmaster Aryan mentioned about the importance of reinforcing what are the good aspects in speech. I think that was a very, very beautiful message, which many a times we tend to forget or ignore, and we kind of get carried away in bringing out the areas of improvement again and again and again. But it's a beautiful, beautiful message. Thank you for that. So, in the from the timers report today, we had two prepared speeches. And one first was our first prepared speaker was Toastmaster Anshuman, who took 7 minutes 15 seconds, and the second prepared speaker, Toastmaster Aryan, took 3 minutes 59 seconds. I think this was below the threshold, but other than that, from the table topic section, if I could see all the speakers, there were 7 speakers in total, and all of them were more than a minute, so all the speeches were qualified there. And out of them, I think Toastmaster Ved, if I got this name right, it took 2 minutes 15 seconds. I think he made better use of the time given. And the rest of the speakers were all in the range of 1 minute to maybe somewhere around 140, 145. So all of us could have done better there. I think we should make full utilization of the time that's allotted for us. So with that, I will step on back to you. Thank you so much.
Sridharan for sharing the timer's report. Now, I would like to invite Toastmaster Bob to come and share the speech evaluation report for today's meeting. Over to you, Toastmaster Bob.
Language evaluation.
Yeah, sorry, language evaluation.
Thank you so much. Toastmaster Shaunak, today has been a pretty light day for me. I've been so bored by all the speakers not making any mistakes. Toastmaster Anshuman, special kudos to Toastmaster Anshuman and Toastmaster Aryan to have given impromptu speeches without using any crutch words. Amazing. And also pretty good language. In terms of good uses of words, there were just too many of them to even keep note of that. Overall, I'm really impressed by the standard of the speech, by the quality of the language used, and by the absence of the crutch words in most of the speakers. There were some in the table topic segment. I did use some of the ahs and ums. I did notice our table topic speaker one had used some ums. There were others also. Toastmaster Nancy and Toastmaster Yukta also had some clutch words in their table topic section. But otherwise, it's been an amazing day. And I'm really happy that I had the lightest of the workload today. Thank you, and back to you, Toastmaster Shaunak.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Bob, for your evaluation report. As a general evaluator, there are certain key takeaways as well, where each and every participant performed exceptionally well. Yes, there are always an improvement areas that I would like to touch base upon. So first, we were 15 minutes late by the time we start this meeting, and that's a key takeaway. No matter if it's online or offline, we need to adhere to the timelines, else we are losing the essential time that is allocated for this meeting, irrespective of whatever be the case, be it logistics or whatever it is. So we'll try to sort it out next meeting onwards so that we can start meeting well on time. Also, due to the last minute dropout for some of the role players, we had to accommodate, and that also took time. And we have to randomly allocate people, even they were not prepared for that. So we would like to avoid such things from the next meeting onwards. So if there are any dropouts, I would request people to inform well in advance so that we get enough time where we can allocate people to cover up those roles. Also,
Speech evaluations.
I would like to thank Toastmaster Anshuman and Toastmaster Aryan who stood to fill up the prepared speeches slot and delivered brilliant speeches without even being prepared for that. So for the evaluation section for the speakers today, I would like to first call upon the evaluator for the Toastmaster Anshuman speech, which is Toastmaster Aryan.
So today, Toastmaster Anshuman delivered an incredible speech. He used such big words like erstwhile, which I don't even know the meaning of. He talked about his journey as a corporate person, as how he learned through corporate life about bringing value, about networking, about learning how to say no. How even though people are so resentful, maybe, or not liking of corporate life, it can teach you so many lessons. His speech had an incredible message to give that even the hard parts of life, the monsters that we don't like, can give us such incredible lessons. And that without it, he wouldn't have had the incredible story that he was able to deliver to us today. And Toastmaster Anshuman, you did an incredible job with your body language, your expressions, seeing how you're online, you don't have a lot of scope. And you were able to use your time perfectly to 7 minutes and 15 seconds, I believe. And doing that at an impromptu level is incredible. Very impressive. Next, I would like to move on to some recommendations I have for you that can help you improve. I saw that in your speech, you had one part of your speech where you were trying to show through your hand how you have progressed, and you did a very new hand gesture that was very interesting to me. But for the rest of your speech, I felt that the hand gestures were a little bit repetitive, and we have this tendency to, when we don't know what to do, we do this, and we do this, and we do this, and this. And I would like to encourage you to think of some new gestures that you can use in your speech. You can run over here, you can go over here, you can do this, you can do that, whatever makes sense in your speech. But as long as you're doing something new, you'll be able to hold my attention and keep it with you. I love how your jolly attitude toward the speech, your jolly attitude in general was able to help other people smile through your story, was able to relate to them because we've all been in that place where we have a boss, we're in corporate life, and we're drinking chai outside of the corporate office. We've all been there. But I would also like to encourage you to include some sad parts in your speech, some low points where you don't know if corporate life is right for you, or somewhere in the beginning where you don't know where you'll get a job in the first place. If you can carry me through that journey, then I'll better be able to relate with how at first you didn't think corporate life was that good. But now you've learned about all the lessons that it has taught you. You've learned about saying no, you've learned to network, you've learned to make the right associations. And if it was not for corporate life, for the thing that you first hated, you wouldn't be here in the first place. Your attitude is lovely. Your hand gesture was lovely. The story is lovely, and the message, how you've put it together, is lovely. You can put it in a different way as well. You can talk about how the monsters that we're afraid of are the ones that teach us the lessons that we need to learn. You can put it in a different way, and that would make it an incredibly different speech, something that people would not expect. All in all, I loved the energy, I loved the story, but I would recommend to you to develop new body language in your speech. and maybe try a different spin on the same message. That's it for my evaluation, and over to you, Jennifer.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Aryan. I will be the speech evaluator for Toastmaster Aryan's speech. So first of all, kudos to Toastmaster Aryan for taking up an prepared speech role on an impromptu basis. So that itself requires a lot of courage, where it's not easy to speak for 5 to 7 minutes without any preparation at all. So a big round of applause to Toastmaster Aryan and Toastmaster Anshuman for that, for filling up that role. Your speech was incredible, and so was the topic. It taught us about how you went extra miles to fit in any particular situation or to deal with any particular situation, be it in your college, be it in your professional life. You also taught us how that journey has made you mature, where you can think what you else you need to do in order to fit into that role or to deal with that particular situation. Whereas you talk about a boss or a situation where things were not good between your boss, where you were in a toxic work culture because of some specific person, and then you think about bypassing him so that you can deliver your message or your experience to the higher management, so that they'll look it from your point of view, whereas you were not into that picture and that message was not passing on to the right audience. So which was really incredible. The overall construct, the overall message of the speech was very clear. However, there are certain takeaways and certain recommendations which I would like to make. First of all, I would like you to use a variety of words and also try to give flavor to your speech in the sense where you can emphasize on certain words while explaining about a situation. Emphasize that so that audience will connect. Yes, okay, so this is a next phase where it was not a good situation for you to be in. Dealing with a toxic boss is not an easy task. I had so much of pressure. Things were assigned to me without a proper briefing, and an outcome was expected without any briefing or without any further training. And if there were any problems, I would be held responsible for that. So one side, being a newcomer, I had my own problems where I'm new to the environment, I don't know much of the things, but that also carries a lot of expectations from my manager who is not supportive at all. So that will help you to connect in a better way with the audiences. Also, that will add a lot of weightage to your speech. And that's how we have seen the district level speeches and all, how the audiences were able to deliver their message in a very strong messaging with a lot of emotions coming with that. So that's a suggestion, because you are already a mature speaker now. You have gone to so many clubs and also a lot of flavor to it. But how you can improvise yourself. So I see you participating at a district level, next year, you delivering your ISC speeches and all. So I want you to prepare yourself in such a way where you will be competing with, world-class speakers. So that's all from my side. Thank you.
All right. A lovely meeting. I really enjoyed it thoroughly. The fact that we have offline, I mean,
You're on mute, Toastmaster.
Am I audible? Toastmaster Anshuman, can you hear me?
Can hear you faintly.
Hello.
Yeah, can hear you. Yep, all good.
So today we had an incredible meeting. It was great to have Toastmaster Shri offline, these new Toastmasters, Toastmaster Yukta, Toastmaster to be Sam. And with that, I would like to hand it over back to our presiding officer to talk to our guests today and then close the meeting.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the day today. Lovely theme. Before I end this meeting, I would like to call upon our guests today to come and share their experience from today's meeting. With you, Toastmaster Sridharan.
Okay.
So, for me, I've been part of Toastmasters for a few years now, but offline meetings have been very, very rare, and this is this offline a kind of a hybrid meeting wherein we had few of us here, the three of us here, and then we were having this meeting. I think I'll get more connect when we see more members here. But from a Toastmasters meeting point of view, I think I found it very interesting, especially the Toastmaster of the day sharing his experiences, and I think he has a fun way of connecting with everyone in the audience. And I think Toastmaster Anshuman equally very impactful with your speeches and with the table topic session that you had. I really love the energy here. Thank you so much for having me as a part of the club today. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much.
Thank you so much. Now I would like to call upon to-be Toastmaster Yukta to come and share her feedback for the meeting.
Um,
Can you hear me?
Toastmaster Yukta has left for the meeting.
Okay. To-be Toastmaster Sam, are you there?
He's also dropped off. Okay.
No worries. I think the guests have dropped. So in interest of time, I would like to call upon this meeting. So, Anshuman, you can stop the recording. Thank you so much, everyone, for your time. Thank you so much. If anyone has any feedback, please feel free to raise that, else we can call off this meeting.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Shaunak and Toastmaster Aryan, for organizing the offline meeting. We all know how much hard work it takes to organize that. Thank you for leading the way. Thank you. Thanks,